Hey, what's up guys? It's JB Illusion here, and we are going to go back into Shadowrun Hong Kong. So far, someone was so nice to not kill us and to wipe our sins clean. But we gotta do something for her. We have to head into the infamous walled city and deliver a message to a man named Strangler Bao. Yeah, that never sounds like a good plan. You know what I mean? Let me go talk to Strangler Bao, Murderer George, Psycho Sam, stuff like that. Guys earn those names for a reason. So hopefully we will be completely fine. Pardon me for not reading this. Difference in... Okay, let's go. I'm actually super psyched for this. No, we got our bro Duncan here, traveling with us. Woo! Had some issues. We have a dwarf and thug guarding this place. What's good, bro? Try a guard. The thug taps his earpiece, gestures with his head. Auntie Chang said you'd be coming. You can pass. Uh-huh. Love Duncan. Alright, we are going into the walled city and we have to bring someone with us. We are of course bringing Isabel. Actually, you know what? I brought Isabel last time. We're bringing Gobbet. Just to change things up a little bit. Kowloon? I can't say that. Walled city, the most densely. Oh my god, it's late. Populated spot on Earth, nearly 40,000 people crammed into 7 acres of chaos. Ew. Poverty, disease, and vice. A self-contained city that collects no taxes and provides no city services. Stagnant water sits in temporary wells. Ew. And now you need to enter the septic system of a city, find a triad enforcer named Strangler Bao, and deliver a message from Kindly Chang. Alright, so I had picked up the shotgun, we got a normal gun, and maybe I should just give myself like magic just in case. Actually, nah. We'll keep monobolt for now. And let's do this. I kind of feel weird with, you know, the whole knowing magic thing. But it's going to be alright. Hopefully everything will work out for our character. Foul, oily water rains down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swill of the streets, turns it into a flowing slurry of unrecognizable sewage. Ew. In the distance, the sound of back alley activity and the ambiance at your arrival, breaking glasses. Glass. Woo. The crackling hiss of a garbage fire, faint screams of terror punctuated by the occasional gunshot, sex and business and violence and misery blended into one. Ooh, winces at the stink. Waves a hand in front of him. Raymond said that prosperity is in the walled city, but I don't see it. Why the hell would he want to set one foot in this place? You got me. As I said, the walled city is the worst slum in the eastern hemisphere, maybe in the world. A rat pokes its head out of her fold of her clothing, squeals softly. She reaches up a hand to comfort it. There's something wrong with this place. It isn't just a slum. It feels poisonous somehow. On an astral level, it churns my stomach to even come near it. Ew, okay. That's not cool. Especially considering astral issues. Wu nods in agreement. Okay, you're right. This isn't the Barrens. It feels, I don't know, thicker. He goggles the place. Which way? The Lotus Den, that's what Bao calls his little corner of hell. I don't know where it is offhand, but I have a way of finding things. There's a flurry of motion at her hip, and a second pair of beady eyes appears. Gobbet shifts her hand from one rat to another, stroking each in turn. They probably aren't expecting anyone to come in force. We can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. I like Duncan's thinking, by the way. Gobbet kindly doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. It's tough to remember much of anything when you've got a bullet in your head. Point taken. It really is. I mean, we could kill them if you really wanted to, technically. Bao is the only one that has to live. but I'd rather keep Auntie Chang happy than piss her off again. It'll be up to them. If they don't try to kill us, we don't dust them. Got it. Let's get this done, Duncan. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right away, I'm going to be skipping quite a few parts of this, because it's just kinda, it's lengthy, and there's not a terrible amount that you actually really learn from the walled city. What's the news? Anything going on? Yeah, we're real close friends. We're right on it. Ever hear prosperity's in the walled city? She does not know what prosperity means. So yeah, basically, the biggest thing is what Gobbet's already told us. The walled city feels weird not only on a moral, social, and economic level, but on an astral level. Magic. She basically just told you what we find out from a fairly lengthy mission from this woman. So, we're gonna skip ahead. A large man in his 50s stands waiting, his heavily tattooed arms held in a fighter stance. His bone structure is heavy. Corded muscle stands out on arms and chest. In his youth, he must have been enormous. He doesn't talk so much as emit a low rumble. I don't know how you got in here, but you've got my attention. Good. Got a message from Kindly Chang. A message from Chang? I can't wait to hear you mangle it. He chuckles to himself. You speak Cantonese so well, but before I hear it, I have a little message for her too. You tell Kindly that her operations are done in the walled city. Strangler Bao has given himself a promotion. And tell her that if she sends any more errand boys to visit him with another message, Strangler Bao is going to send him back in a box. You think you can tell her that, errand boy? Should I write it down in English for you? Oh, you're a dick. Oh, come on, Strangler. Can I call you Strangler? We just wanted to hang out, play some video games, do triad stuff. Strangler Bao reaches for his PDA, taps a button on the side. Ha, I'm dumb. See, that's what you get for being a smartass. Let's try that again. So, I jacked up earlier. That's what you get for trying to be funny. Strangler Bao, we passed him the data drive. I don't get to hear you butcher the message. I'm sad. Kindly Chang stands erect, speaks directly to the camera. Mr. Bao, as everyone knows, you are a man of swift action. I respect that. And because of that respect, I will get right to the point. I know where your money is coming from. I know that you have friends working for straw sandals like myself. They have been siphoning funds from their organizations. I know about the noodle shop that you launder your money through. I've tested their broth and found it wanting. The old woman becomes flintly hard. You have been stealing from the Yellow Lotus, glorifying yourself with revenue that we have earned, and I have files to prove it. Bao's eyes widen as files begin to flit across the screen. Receipts, bank records, personal communications between himself and his man. Jesus. Kindly Chang continues speaking, smooth and casual. Now, in light of our recent conflict, you might be wondering why I'm keeping this information to myself. Why I haven't exposed you so you could be dragged from your lotus den by the balls and slowly roasted on a rotisserie spit. Christ, in truth, I respect your ambition. You have a lot to learn about candor and loyalty, but I believe that you still have value. I'm still willing to work with you. However, in order for that to happen, we need to come to an understanding about the nature of our relationship. Kindly Chang steps forward, fills the screen. I own you, Bao. You and all of your men. You are my fucking playthings, dolls to twist and pose as I see fit. I am in this position because I am far better at this than you, and it's time that you learned it. Accept what I am telling you, and we can get back to business. Prosper together. But if you continue your little rebellion, I will mail tiny pieces of you to your children and take their picture as they open the package. Oh, dude, she produces one of her thin black cigars, lights it, holds the smoke for a long time. You have 24 hours to return to the fold. If you aren't here licking my heels by then, the information will be released and you will become food for fish. Your choice, Bao. 24 hours. Good God. The message winks out. Strangler Bao turns away from the screen slowly. His skin is ashen. Get out. He pauses, casts his eyes to the floor, and tell Mrs. Chang to expect me at Swift Winds tomorrow. He stands up straight. Tomorrow morning. I will. Thank you for your time. Go. Just go. Alright. There we go, boys and girls. We've met Strangler Bao, and we've found out what type of person Kindly Chang is. She's not... Well, I guess she's kind of kindly. She didn't kill him. So, that's pretty much it for the walled city. We return, we pass through the missions, and then we can start our illustrious Shadowrunning. I guess you could say career? Yeah, we'll say career. Well, that was a thing. Never thought I'd be shuttling messages between criminals in a Hong Kong syndicate. I can't imagine that Raymond would have wanted in the walled city. This place just feels wrong. No kidding, there's something off about it. This place makes you feel like your life has no value, like there's just no point to anything. Great life you have here, runner. Gobbet ignores the barb, scratches her head. I can't believe it, we actually delivered the old lady's message without anyone dying. I've had enough of triads, let's get out of this pit. I'm with you, Gunshow. I don't need to see this place ever again. Gunshow? Seriously? Whose goggles pan down, come to rest on Gobbet. That name's gonna stick, isn't it? And we're returning to Aoi. This is going to be shorter than the other ones. I'm sorry, but... Woo! It's hard to shake the walled city. Its gravity just clings to you, as if wretchedness itself has grown tentacles. That's pretty creepy when you think about it. But then again, the walled city definitely has issues. I never turned in that quest for 1 extra karma. 1 karma means so much, people. You know it. Everyone knows it. And you said that RPG table, you are completely ready to dick over your fellow Shadowrunners for 1 karma. You know it's true. Kindly Chang watches you closely as you walk across the mahjong parlor. As you approach her, Lieutenant leans in, brings her mouth close to the triad boss's ear. Chang smiles and nods, her eyes never leaving you. There's a twinkle in the straw Santal's eyes. I heard from Bao. He got my message very clearly, and I understand that there were no casualties created during your little delivery run. I am pleased and surprised. Gaba did a good job of guiding us. Did she? Good to know. My message was delivered, and Strangler Bao is back in the fold, earning for me. As far as I'm concerned, our transaction is complete. While you were gone, I set the wheels in motion to wipe your identities. The order has been sent. Congratulations, you are now sinless shadow people. Wu exhales heavily. His eyes remain focused straight ahead, but his shoulders sag. We'll figure your way out of this, Duncan. Wu pulls himself up to his full height. There's only one way out of this, James, and that's through it. Whoever gave the order, the kill order on Carter, also forced us to give up our identities and took Raymond. Wu sets his jaw firm. That's all I can think about. Finding who did this, finding Ray. Kindly Chang holds up a hand. While I was Working to get your sins burned, I also had my network look into Raymond's disappearance. I've been thinking about what you told me earlier, and I agree. She eyes the room carefully and leans in. I can't just let this lie. Someone killed my runners. It would be a sign of weakness to the Yellow Lotus and the others if I do nothing. She rests her PDA on the mahjong table facing you. The tribe boss's tongue slips from her mouth as she looks over the top, hunting for the right button on its upside-down interface. She finds it and looks up at you again. I have news to share with you, my darlings, the kind you won't like. Raymond Black is dead. She taps the button and the recorded newscast appears on the screen. Raymond's photograph appears on the screen. Another shooting involving the police department. A Seattle community organizer, industrial engineer, was apparently shot and killed while resisting arrest in Victoria Harbor last night. This just keeps getting worse. You're right, I did not like that news. Raymond's dead. Wu puts his hand over his mouth trying to process the information. He sways, and for a moment it looks like as if he's going to pass out. Isabel reaches out to touch Wu. Thinking better of it, she pulls back her hand. Sorry for your loss. I never had a father, so I don't know what it's like to lose one. But sorry. That's no coincidence. No effing way. Kindly taps the video close. She hunts around the keypad and selects another button. I'm afraid that's not all, my darlings. This is the security footage from Victoria Harbor from last night. You'll find it contains a contradiction. Okay. I am going to stop the video there. Thank you guys for watching. And definitely come back to find out some very, very interesting information about Raymond Black and what happened. And hopefully, even better, we get to do like one of our first Shadowruns, because I'm starting to get sick and tired of all the exposition. Thanks, guys.